Alright guys, this is not serious, but I'm going to pretend to be a total snob, alright? So I'm totally snobby and just presenting the great Melina, the elite, beautiful, rich diva that just has to have her way. She has to have her way. She's got to be in complete control. And if something doesn't satisfy her, it's out the door. It's totally out the door. She's a total diva, a total snob. She gets what she wants and she gets nothing less. She gets everything she wants and everything she demands, and she demands it, alright? She demands it. Okay guys, just being a bit of a play there, just because some people like divas, some people like that kind of attitude. You know, I'm a nice guy, I don't really do that kind of stuff, but there are times when there's a person you just don't like for whatever reason, and you have that kind of moment, but for the most part I treat everyone as best I can. I'm really good-hearted, I'm really humble as well, and I think you should all be nice, but there are times when someone just gets on your nerves, but otherwise I'm pretty approachable and pretty friendly. Now sometimes I'm not approachable, but I'm very friendly and treat everyone well, and that shows through the wide variety, the diversity of my fans, the full colors and all the beauty that my fans bring, and they're very inspired by my channel. So now I know a lot of my fans because I do greet them and say subscribe, alright? But there are some fans that I don't know, but everyone in general, most people are really nice and try to be good people. Now, I was watching a video on YouTube about celebrities, and it was a good video. It was about celebrities that are nice to their fans, and there are some that are nice to all their fans and all the people they meet and all their spouses. Maybe they've had more than one. All their people in their lives are always really, really nice. So it's just a really good way to be, you know. I think if you're very negative and rude all the time, it doesn't really go well with just your karma. So, but you can be. I mean, no one's going to judge you for it, really. It's just that it's kind of hard on you, because people don't really react well to that. So it's kind of like, well, and if there's somebody that doesn't like you, by all means, it's not like it's the end of the world if you're not super nice to that person. But you know, obviously you have limits. You can't be nice all the time. For me, I'm nice in stages, or nice in phases. So sometimes I'm really nice constantly, and sometimes I'm kind of like, well, I'm really busy, gotta get things done, so I have to rush. But otherwise, I'm not mean. You know, there are some people that are just so rude. They insult people. They say the meanest things. I'm not like that. I'm very. I try not to say anything mean, you know, because you never know where that person is going to become or who that person is going to be, or if there's somebody now and they just don't look like it. So you can't tell, right? I mean, you never know. I mean, Ashton Kutcher's brother has cerebral palsy. If you met his brother on the street and you were rude to him, it's Ashton Kutcher's brother, which obviously some people don't care about Ashton Kutcher, but you know, you shouldn't be rude, you shouldn't be nasty. You know, if you have to ignore people because you're very busy, that's one thing, but if you're being really rude and nasty and insulting, like some people are very racist, and to me, that's something I would never be. You know, I'm just very, you know, I just don't believe in it. I've actually heard people insulting people really badly about their race, and I'm like, I don't tell, I mean, I guess I should tell them to stop, but I just think, well, you know, that person probably can handle it or whatever, it's not a big deal. But I'm like, why would you say that? I just would never ever go out of my way to say something like that. And some people that are different races are superior to many other people, so why, you know, if you saw Holly Berry and she was dressed down and you're a racist to her, well, she's Holly Berry, you know. You know, I mean, it's just something that I never would do. I don't go out of my way to be extremely, extremely nice constantly, but I'm not going to go out of my way to be rude and be nasty, you know. If somebody is overweight, I'm not going to criticize them. It's hard enough for them to be overweight. I think it's really hard to be somebody that's overweight. So in order to make sure they know they're not, you know, they're not being hated or being mistreated because they're overweight, I just don't say anything rude. I'm not gonna be overly nice to them because maybe they're uncomfortable around me, or maybe they're shy, maybe they're not, maybe they're thinking I'm like that with them. Who knows? But I'm not gonna go out of my way to be extremely nice unless they are really, really nice to me. Then yes, I will. But I love friendly people. I love people that are really friendly, that love my videos a lot. But let's say somebody is just overweight and they have a nice face. Well, I'm not going to go on more. What if they lose a lot of weight and they're really good looking and they become stars? You never, or maybe they stay overweight and they become a star. So you can't be judging people. You can't be telling people off. It hurts you in the end, all right? Maybe you might not see it that way, but even if you're the best looking person in the world, you're guaranteed to look really, really good all your life. It's really important to make sure that people don't feel insulted, because you started somewhere, you know, maybe you started as a nerdy child. I was always good looking. I think I had 1 year, maybe 3 years in my life. I'm 40 now. 3 years in my life where I wasn't the best looking. I was good looking, but I wasn't like super stunning. But every other year I was like a really good looking guy. So for me, I mean, it's something that I would never really get insulted for that. I usually get insulted by people that are haters or jealous, but I don't get insulted for being unattractive. People do insult people that are good looking and pretend they're not good looking, but I mean, I know deep down that I'm really good looking. So if somebody's insulting my looks, they don't mean it. They just want to try to cut me down and pretend that. Because some people don't know they're actually good looking. I know I'm very, very good looking. So if anybody pretends that I'm not good looking, I already know I am. But and they could do it all they want. I already know. But yeah. So I'm not going to go out of my way to insult someone. It's really hurtful, and those people already have enough to deal with. Now, some of those people are really negative. They're expecting to be insulted anyway, and so you have to tread lightly, of course. But to go out of your way and actually be nasty to someone, it just really isn't. It isn't cool. You really should. You know, you can be busy and not go out with them or not talk to them, or you know, if they're very friendly, you can choose to talk to them, but just don't snub them. You can snub them in a way where you're ignoring them, but not in a way where you're rude and insulting, you know. Because if you don't like someone, you can't force yourself to like them. You shouldn't go out of your way to be extremely nice, but if you like the person, by all means, talk to them and have fun with them. But if you're just insulting people back and forth like crazy and being really rude, you know, then it's not good, you know. You might end up that way, or maybe they'll end up being really good looking and win looks compared to you, right? So you can't be like that. Now, obviously, you can do whatever you want. I'm not controlling you. If you want to do whatever you want, you could, but I think it's in your best interest to just ignore that person if they're insulting you or if you don't think they look good. But a lot of people are really nice. You know, most people don't insult people, I find. But I'm just saying this out there, putting this out there just so you have something to think about. Now, I'm very, very busy, so sometimes I don't feel like talking to my fans, or I'm in a rush or whatever. You know how it goes. Like if you see Madonna, she's probably working on a project. So unless she sees someone that's going to be someone in her videos, I don't think she really has time to deal with people. But she might. You never know. I don't know her. But you know, I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way. Some fans though are great. I have some fans, it doesn't matter what they look like or who they are. If they're great to me because they love my channel, they're really inspired, and they love what I do, then I'm going to be totally talkative. I'm going to be talking about my videos. I'm going to be talking about their lives, making sure they feel that they're contributing something to their own success. I'm going to make sure they know that I'm asking how they are. I'm going to make sure they feel good because they like my stuff, they like what I do, and they're really encouraging it. So by all means, I think it's a really good idea. Now I don't think it's something that you would normally see me doing, talking to people randomly all the time, because I'm just super busy. And of course, most people just talk to their friends, right? You're not gonna talk to a bunch of random strangers if you don't know them, and they're not your type, or they're not whatever. But you know, for the most part, I think the world is a decent place. You know. Most people are getting better at being nice and being friendly, and most people have their friends and they focus on their friends and they're happy. Now the people that are unhappy, well, we want to make sure that changes, but for the most part, I think people are doing much better than they were years ago. There's a lot more choice now. There's a lot more stuff, especially in Canada. If you live in Canada, You're a very lucky person indeed. You have everything at your fingertips, technology, even money. But it is expensive to live, so you have to really be doing. If you have a good job and everything, then of course it's easy. But of course it does get harder if you have a very bad income. Everything probably seems negative and it's really tough. So, you know, it is something that maybe is difficult to deal with for sure. But if your income is decent and you have everything at your fingertips, you have access to all this stuff, you can be really happy and have everything you could ever want in Canada. It's such a great place to live. Some people are very rude though. It is kind of a crazy world we live in because some people, you know, are very unhappy, so they don't really treat people well. So now this vlog is kind of varied and mixed up, and a lot of thoughts are being expressed and a lot of things are being said. So it's kind of not really exactly targeted, but if you have, the point of it is, if you have a lot and you feel really good, then you can give. Now if somebody's not responding well, then you can't give to that person. But if somebody responds well, then by all means go ahead. But making sure you have everything you need and making sure that you are doing what you need to do is the top priority, obviously. You don't want to be giving and giving and giving and get nothing in return, alright? So if you're doing well and you're totally satisfied, and then you can give to others. And this is all common sense, but maybe you need to hear it, right? Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. Alright, thank you. So on to Melina right away, alright? Thank you. Okay, bye now.